Hello everyone, I'm just going to do a quick update after the winds we had, the cold winds, and also on some of the beds that I've planted on previous videos, just to give you a little look at what's going on. So just to kind of show you what I've got cooking is some beans. I've just gone nuts really. I've just sown, well, I say Alice has sown these. The French bean seems to be a slow one. I've already planted some out that we'll see in a minute, but nothing coming up there yet. Well, obviously apart from the one that's coming up. These are a radish and a bean of some sort, and then a bean here called Trail of Tears. I was given the seeds anyway. I don't want to be in a tunnel for this. I would need to be outside, but everything's been in out of the cold wind. And so today I have taken all the fleece off. All these 4 beds were fleeced up. And it's quite interesting to see the differences. Well, it's only one plant has not done very well. So 2 beds here. This one we've put in March. Don't know if I did a video of that. It might have been before I started. I don't know anyway. And then this bed when we moved in, it was just pretty much as it is, and I've just added compost and manures at time. So casualties in terms of the cold winds and the frosts. Although I didn't see any frost here, but we had a bitterly cold wind. And today is the first day where it's feeling like the temperature's going up again. So today is the first day for I think it was last Saturday I put the fleece on, or Sunday. And so this bed has only just been taken off today because it had a very old fleece, and like you touch it and it would disintegrate. So there's a bit there I need to tidy up everything. But whereas the bed over here had a brand new fleece on, and it was even though it had height to cope with, it worked well. I just tuck it under the green fencing I have, stop the dogs and Alice going on the beds. But so the difference is brand new fleece. French bean didn't make it here, never mind. The volunteer potato didn't make it there. What I thought was a cabbage plant I planted in previous videos, it turns out it's a rocket, but it's a brassica family, so no wonder I got it mixed up. Anyway, so this has been the bed where the French beans have not worked. I only planted one because I know it was early, just to see what happened. Last year I planted them all, and at the same time as this little one. I would have lost that one because I would have lost all my beans, but as you've seen in the tunnel, I've got some cooking away that Alice has sown. So yeah, there we are, bean death. I planted a tomato when I planted those spring onions, and so again this has been under fleece, brand new fleece, and that's looking a little bit yellow. Perhaps it's been knocked a bit. But I think it will recover. It's got some healthy leaf in the middle. Spinach has done great, which leads me on actually quite nicely to this bed. So this has been covered up for 7 days now, or 6 days. So we haven't actually harvested from here, and this was our go-to. This is where we've been harvesting from, but covered it up, and then I realised that old fleece, you just touch it. Or even the wind it blew a hole in, basically. It blew a hole right by this beetroot. I didn't touch it and it just disintegrated. So anyway, there's a big hole in this, so the wind was getting in, but this is raised, okay, so what's that? 7 inches or so, whereas this is flat on the ground. Okay, and the French bean in here is looking really good, really surprised. So planted, I think, March? No. That was April. Planted April. I'm not sure when. I'll have to check in my book, but a little bit of damage there, maybe. I don't know. Some pest of some sort. Slug patrols have been successful in that. Well, mind you, I haven't. Yeah, so that'll be why, because I haven't moved this fleece. So no wonder. So I haven't actually looked. This is the first time I've seen this plant. No wonder it's got a bit of a damage. Anyway, so this bed's done all right, casualty-wise. Coriander ended up just poking through the fleece, so it got exposed to it all. Been nailing this. I've had about. This must be the 4th coming up now, picking of coriander I've had from here. And so what I do is just go for the outer leaf, so that will be taken, and then the other leaves will develop. And as a comparison then, so I've not actually harvested at all from these. I've just kind of stuck with these, and if you see this size now, so these were multi-sown. You know, but it works fine just singly as well. I've seen some channels just pretty much harvesting the whole thing, you know. But hopefully next year this whole bed, or a whole bed, will be nice big coriander sown early. That's the key. I overwintered this. Didn't cover this with fleece. It's a cornflower. Overwintered one seedling, that, and a ragged robin. I'll show you later. So that one's done. The casualties, tomato, and the bean. Bit more coriander coming on in here. I covered this, fleeced this. So yeah, harvesting from that as well. And then these are what I'm taking for leaves, as well as the stuff I've got of the same variety in the tunnel, and a few radish that Alice pulls up. Cover the strawberries because I just didn't know what to do. Alice has had strawberries from here today, and we've been harvesting strawberries in the tunnel since last week. Literally the 1st or 2nd of May, I think it was. Planted some Rudbeckia and a Malva, which has been crushed by an egg box flying in the wind. Didn't realise, but you can eat the Malva family. You can eat these. And, oh, what's that called then? Forgotten. Oh, it's really annoying. That's a Korean mint, which, yes, it'll probably spread a bit, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm not a big licorice fan, but these do produce nice flowers, apparently, which the bees like. But I won't be letting things spread. Yeah. It's a work in progress. Still a bit of a mess, but hey. This is multi-sown Nigella. Again, overwintered in containers, pots in the conservatory. That one had a little Malva in it, which is, in fact, they're the same age, so you can see it's just not done very well competing with the others. I've just had my dinner, sorry, I'm a bit of indigestion. The onions I dropped in my first video are looking nice. So these onions, obviously, I wasn't going to eat. I just wanted some seed. So they were. Well, I had 3, didn't I? And I dropped one, and then I had that planted. Just before the cold, I think it was. Harvesting leeks now. I mean, gosh, we've just cooked a load, frozen some. They're baby leeks, but once they're cleaned up and use some nice stuff there, there's a few that are flowering. And I found actually raw, these are fine, but as soon as you cook them, they go tough. So I'll be making more of an effort, the ones that had the scapes, to take out some. They were quite tough actually after cooking, which was weird because I ate some before and they were nice. In terms of the damage from the wind, the coldness, all fine, all covered up, all fine. 2 or 3 volunteer potatoes got hit. I've pulled them out, but that potato there, another volunteer, is just done fine. Foxglove and Jerusalem artichoke or something like that. I don't know what they are, but when we had the rat problem, they were going nuts for these roots or tubers, like a pinky white thing. I think it's an artichoke thing. They get very tall, very thick stem. I've not seen the flowers, but I presume they're like a yellowy colour. Okay, yeah, so just rubbish. Raspberry bed is ticking away. Just that's gone now. The bloody whatever it's called. Oh, what's that stuff? Rhubarb. I'm not a fan of it. The lettuce got hit in that bed. I only planted that 2 days before the cold wind came. Ow, I did that last time. Went straight into the nettle, but it's there for a reason, because it's good. You know, these are good signs. Probably don't want too many of them. Although, it's funny, the other day, I was out here, like, okay, let's go and collect loads of the seeding heads from dandelion. I'm going to try dandelion coffee as well. I've harvested the big one. That was down there today. I'm going to try and make some coffee out the root. But anyway, a car went past, literally the road is behind here. And last week now, it was like a cloud of dandelion seeds just came over. So me putting these ones, the flowering ones, you know, they're going to come over anyway. And the fields, before they graze the fields around here, they're covered with dandies. So anyway, these two, apart from the lettuce, were okay. I've planted some herbs. Well, chive I've got anyway, but rosemary as a backup because we've got one established by the front of the house. Parsley, gosh, I've had this plant. This is a cutting from a plant I lost to the rats, but this will be its 3rd year, and I hope it really takes because it was monstrous. I had one in the tunnel and one over there, and when we got hit over the 2 days with the rats, they just took the stems out of everything. But anyway, I managed to get a little bit of a cutting going, and I think this is thyme. I think that's thyme. Yeah, oh yeah, it's nice. I don't know what this is. Something we've inherited. Don't know what's going to go here yet. I was thinking swede, beetroot. Needs a bit more compost on to sort these out. But anyway, I thought these were elephant garlic, but they're not. It turns out they're like a red duke, I think they are, which I snapped last year by mistake. I planted elephant garlic in here last year as well, and I've not seen any sign of them. But I pulled one that was here as a green garlic, and I soon realised it wasn't an elephant garlic. So I think these are all red duke, and the elephant garlic should be along here. So I've still not seen that. I'm guessing it's been taken or just not going to happen. Right, so damage. This is the brassica bed, which is really coming on now. I'm not going to go too far in this bed because then I get very distracted, but the coriander's coming up nice. I mean, I know the spacing is close between these calabrese, I think they are broccoli type things. Yeah, they're getting hit. These have only been uncovered today. I've had it kind of like a little tent pegged in the middle with washing line pegs. Works really well, and I've decided to keep it here, and I can cover it when there's high winds because I get leaves coming off. And also, I guess it would be good to stop butterflies, but I tend to check leaves. I know now these are getting battered. I'm not too fussed with brassicas really. It's cabbage I like, and which we've got greyhound here, which are doing good. Yeah, the spacing's probably too close. I mean, these two look like two good ones. Last year I had all the brassicas in the tunnel, and I think by the end of this month, what have been end of May, I just harvested them all, and it was great. Again, only a few. Definitely worth interplanting with coriander though, because I'll definitely get a harvest from these. I do like coriander, as you know. So yeah, that was worth doing, but perhaps a bit close. Some of these leaves are looking a bit stressed, like this one here. That's looking a bit stressed. But it tastes fine. French bean. Again, so I've not been doing my slug patrols with the old fleece on the beds that have got fleece. So try and maintain the windproofness. Oh, that's nice coriander. Right, so this bed, I think a video that Richard and I did called Old and New, I planted out, and I think I just did a shot of me watering it because I think I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to press record. So anyway, this is coming on now. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. So kale, that's about ready for a little harvest here. These lettuce I've kept to have as hearts, so I've not touched them. Even the yellowing leaves underneath I've left, to be honest. And the coriander at the back I've not touched. So that's a nice plant. It's a nice root there actually. Bear with me a minute. It's a nice coriander root. You know, there's a nice bunch there. But what I'll do is harvest the 2 outer leaves, 3 outer leaves, 4 outer leaves, that one there as well, the bird poo one, wash that off. And you get the growing tips in, and I'll probably get, especially because it's outside, I'll get another set of those nice leaves. And then it will probably start to bolt now because we're getting late. Whereas the stuff in the tunnel, the early stuff, you get 2 or 3 picks like that. But at the moment now, stuff in the tunnel, you get 1 pick of these outer leaves and then it bolts. Very small amount of space, quite a lot going on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lettuce, 4 kale. I'll be moving this to join the path because it's quite nice to have a bit of colour along here. Oh, I do like forget-me-nots, pretty. All the different varieties of them. So the damage here by the wind was a dahlia that I had in there from last year, and that's kind of been a bit battered. Speaking of battered, the radish is all gone, and I tell you what, I think I only put half a dozen or a dozen in there. That was sown and pricked out, and I just literally popped them in. We had some lovely sized radish, biggest I've ever grown. I've picked out the tops of my broad beans and they were very yummy, I must say. I like the idea of growing broad beans just for the tops, but we're growing them here for the beans. My first year doing this. Getting lots of ants on them, which I presume's good. Can't focus that. It's not going to happen. And there are definitely ants. I haven't taken the tops out of all of them. So they've been done. So what I've decided from what I've read and the comments I've had, and also looking on Steve Seed's side allotment channel, is that as soon as they've got something setting, I mean this hasn't got anything setting yet, but it has actually got just about got a pod down here starting. But I might leave it a little bit longer, then I'll take the top out. Whereas these ones, they've got massive ones. So I was like, yeah, it's time to prick them out. Spacing's all over the shop, I know, but definitely do them again. And I fell into them last night. Gee whiz, just caught my... I know the hose is up here, that doesn't help. I need to soak this, give it a feed, and decide what I'm going to plant into it. In terms of frost damage with potatoes, as I said, we lost a volunteer potato in the little salady bed and up by the leeks. Potatoes in the woods, 2 buckets have done well because I covered them. The one that I didn't cover, a couple of stems snapped, but they're fine otherwise. And this one I covered, and then I let the cover go yesterday because it was getting a little bit caught in the privet. I know it's an odd place to plant it, but I just thought it gets the container out of the way and makes use of a bit of space, see what happens. I don't know, they're looking a bit off colour now. I grew potatoes in a container this last year and they'd done really well, and I just kind of pulled it forward and harvested it. So that's it really. I just wanted to log the damage from the late wind of cold northerly gusting, making this garden absolutely well. There was a couple of nights where I was getting a bit concerned about the ash over the tunnel, I must say. These the other side of the fence that are not mine, but not that we own trees, we tend to lend them off other generations. But the PG onions are going good. Considering these were done from seed, I'm very happy. And also, shallots are starting to look good. We've just cleared this today and got our container ready for carrots, probably late, I don't know. Don't know if I've already shown you these, but now I've got them in my head. I think I have already said about these. So I dropped these, didn't I? And they're going to give us some seed, which is great. They're a nice onion, actually. They're a very big onion. No, like specific variety. I just got the onion. So I wanted to show you a plant I overwintered along with the cornflower. And that's called Ragged Robin. Literally just one seedling germinated from a tray, and I had it in one small little square pot, and it's created quite a nice clump. And I presume I'm going to get flowers from all these. And the flowers are red, like a wavy petal red, but these are looking like kind of a white. Can't get the focus on. Anyway, so definitely overwintering some is worth it. And we inherited lots of seeds from the previous owner, and this is one I just sown direct. No idea what it is. If anyone can identify that, thank you. So they were sown direct, and then withstood the cold, no problem. Didn't cover any of this. Planted some more giant onions I've been given. So whatever this is, sown direct, it's done okay. Obviously when you're weeding, you don't want to be putting out their seedlings. And that's why there's quite a lot of verbena here, which I've kind of verified as verbena yesterday by a neighbour, but this is the only kind of weed that's come up amongst the garlic. And that's because obviously the parent plant from last year's here. There's the stalk. I think next year I'll be planting the lettuce between all the garlic, wherever I do the garlic, because that looks good, and it's space-wise, you imagine that just covered in lettuce. So whatever that plant was I was showing you a second ago, this is that one that was overwintered in a pot. I think it, again, found the box, put some outside in October, put some in a tray, only got 1 or 2 seedlings, and this one I really mothered. Had it in the tunnel pretty much most of the time, planted it out, I think March to get it out, and it's done really well. And borage, I grow borage and save the seeds and then scatter them around. They're fine over winter, didn't need any frost protection. So that's it, a little update anyway, guys, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.